What's up, Transformdom, and today we're going to take a look at the Magic Square MS-02EX Light of Peace, and this is Magic Square's masterpiece scale interpretation of the exclusive upgraded version of Optimus Prime. And here's the box look from the front, nothing on the side, other side, top, bottom, and back. Let's open this puppy up. An extra pouch with accessories, collector card, and instruction manual. And here is Light of Peace. Yeah, a bit painted. Plastic feels just like a Magic Square plastic. Bit nylonish, not too strong of an ABS, I think. Nylonish on some parts, and then very thin ABS plastic on other parts. Not very too nicely manufactured. Feels light and cheap. It just feels cheap. It may not be cheap, but it feels cheap. Ooh, that's kind of terrible. I don't know whether this will be a good Optimus Prime. It looks kind of nice, but yeah. Well, let's continue with our quick look on this toy. So here's Light of Peace from the front, one side, other side, back, bottom, and top. And here's Light of Peace with his accessories. Let's start with his Ion Blaster, his Energon X, Sideswipe's Jet Booster Pack, and here's the Matrix of Leadership. And he will come with two trailer hitches for MP10 and MP44. There's another helmet sculpt here, and it just kind of looks a bit funny. Doesn't really look like the Season 1 Episode 1 Optimus Prime. And because of the ball joint peg and how tight everything is, it was very difficult for me to kind of pull it out and without fear of snapping the ball joint in here. So I'm not gonna swap it out just yet. So here's Light of Peace with his original head, and a side-by-side comp with the toy inspired head. So here I have Light of Peace and MP44 Optimus Prime side by side, and you can see that one of them is slightly glossier than the other, with Optimus Prime having a better finishing, more glossier coat on the flat surface panels where there's not a lot of movement and non-transforming parts. So I think overall, in terms of glossy finish, I gotta give it to the original MP44. And you know, Magic Square's plastic, you know, will kind of feel a bit hollowish. The sound feedback that I get from tapping onto plastic of Light of Peace does feel a little bit more hollow compared to the solid feel of the plastic on the original. A lot of the joints for Light of Peace is either a little too stiff, maybe that's because it's a brand new toy, compared to the more almost perfectly engineered feel and ease of movement for MP44 without it being too loose. And here's an example of how tight things are on Light of Peace. You see, I can kick the legs forward, and then it's so tight the hip skirts won't go back down, while as the more better engineered MP44, the hip skirts goes up, and then when I push the legs down, the hip skirts comes back. So I kind of like that a little more. In hand, the two toys feels kind of like the same weight, with MP44 feeling a little heftier, and you can see the quality on Magic Square when you compare that to MP44. There's a bit of wiggle, but that's the legs do not snap back like Light of Peace. And this waist here on Light of Peace feels, you know, just a little bit too loose, almost wants to fall back, see? And on MP44, the waist just won't fall down like Light of Peace. So my first impressions on Light of Peace is that it does look like a beefier Optimus Prime, especially in the torso chest area here. The proportions, like on the thighs, do give this version of Optimus Prime a bit of a chunkier look. I feel like it perhaps contains a lot of the gimmicks that we saw on the original MP44, like how the waist kind of collapses, how the knees feels when you bend it, how the butterfly joints are kind of like designed. Has a lot of that quality in terms of engineering that I saw on the original. Now, does this Optimus Prime feel like a fans toys version of the iconic character? I don't think it does. Does it look cool? Yes, it does. If you already have MP44 Optimus Prime, should you really get this other toy? No, not necessarily. I think you should be kind of happy with MP44 Optimus Prime or your Transform Element Optimus Prime. Could this be an upgrade from your Light of Victory MS-01? In terms of quality, I don't really think so. In terms of sculpt and design, I think it's a bit of a leg up because it stole a lot of the engineering feel from Takara Tomy. Now, if you need more than one Optimus Prime and you want another mold, yeah, I think this is kind of cool. I don't expect you get a lot of joy from transforming or playing around with a toy when you already have Transform Elements' version or the original MP44. Is this better than the MP44 KOs that are out there? I think the plastic quality kind of feels like it's a little bit better than the KOs, but other than that, not much of an upgrade, and it's still kind of pricey for a toy that kind of feels like it's almost a knockoff. But on the shelf, when you're just taking static pictures, I think it looks kind of cool. Well, that is my unboxing and quick look at the Magic Squares Light of Peace. What are your thoughts? Please leave them in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons, and also smash the sub and bell icons for more future vids. Again, this is Ben signing off, and I'll see you on the flip side.